Grafting is like plant surgery, but don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. It's a fascinating process that allows you to combine the strengths of two different plants into one superplant. It's an old technique used for centuries to grow stronger, healthier plants. Ancient farmers discovered that by joining two plants together, they could create a new plant that had the best qualities of both. This method has been passed down through generations and is still widely used today. Imagine taking the top of one plant and attaching it to the roots of another. That's grafting in a nutshell. The process involves carefully cutting and joining the plants so that they grow together as one. It's a delicate procedure that requires precision and patience. Why do we do it? Well, some plants have fantastic fruit but weak roots. These plants might struggle to survive in certain conditions or be more susceptible to diseases. Others have strong roots but produce less appealing fruits. These plants are hardy and resilient but might not provide the best harvest. Grafting lets us combine the best of both worlds. By joining a plant with strong roots to one with delicious fruit, we can create a plant that is both robust and productive. This technique is especially popular for fruit trees, but it works wonders on vegetables and even flowers. Imagine having a rose bush that blooms more beautifully or a tomato plant that yields more fruit. It's a bit like playing matchmaker for your plants, helping them thrive. By carefully selecting the best candidates for grafting, you can ensure that your garden is filled with the healthiest and most productive plants. So if you're keen to try something new in your garden, grafting might be just the ticket. It's a rewarding technique that can boost your harvests and bring new life to your plot. Plus, it's a great way to experiment and learn more about plant biology. It's a rewarding technique that can boost your harvests and bring new life to your plot. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or a beginner, grafting offers a unique and exciting way to enhance your gardening experience. So why not give it a try and see the amazing results for yourself? Now let's delve into the science behind this clever technique. Imagine two plants wanting to become one. The top part we graft is called the scion. This bit determines the fruit, flower, or vegetable your plant will produce. The bottom part, the one with roots already in the ground, is called the rootstock. This sturdy fellow provides the nutrients and support for the scion. The magic happens in a thin layer between the bark and the wood of both the scion and rootstock. This layer is called the cambium. When the cambium layers touch, they knit together, allowing the sap to flow and the graft to heal. Think of it like joining two pipes together. If the connection is tight, water flows through smoothly. That's what we want with grafting, a seamless bond for a thriving plant. Before we get our hands dirty, let's gather our grafting gear. Don't worry, you won't need a fancy lab. The most crucial tool is a sharp grafting knife. This isn't your average kitchen knife. It needs to be razor sharp for clean, precise cuts. Next, you'll need grafting tape or rubber bands. These act like bandages, holding the scion and rootstock together snugly while they heal. Don't forget a sealant like grafting wax or even simple beeswax. This protects the wound from diseases and helps retain moisture. A pruning saw might be handy for thicker branches, and a sharpening stone will keep your grafting knife in top condition. Remember, clean cuts are key to successful grafting, so keep your tools sharp and sterile. Just like there are many ways to cook an egg, each with its own unique flavor and texture, there are various grafting techniques that cater to different needs and plant types. Let's explore a few popular ones that gardeners and horticulturists often use to propagate plants and improve crop yields. The cleft graft is ideal for larger branches, especially when you want to combine the strengths of two different plants. It involves making a split in the rootstock and inserting a wedge-shaped scion, which is the part of the plant you want to propagate. This technique is sturdy and allows for grafting multiple scions onto one rootstock, making it versatile for creating diverse fruit trees. For smaller branches, the whip and tongue graft is a favorite among many gardeners. It involves making matching angled cuts on both the scion and rootstock, ensuring that the cambium layers align perfectly. This creates a tight fit that interlocks like puzzle pieces, promoting strong and healthy growth. Another option is the bud graft or T-budding, which is particularly useful for propagating fruit trees and roses. This method uses a single bud from the desired scion and inserts it beneath the bark of the rootstock, allowing it to grow into a new shoot. It's a delicate but efficient technique that requires precision and care, but the results can be very rewarding. The best method depends on the plants you're grafting and the time of year, as some techniques work better in certain seasons. Don't be afraid to experiment and find what works best for you. Grafting is both an art and a science, and with practice, you'll discover the techniques that yield the best results for your garden. Section 5, Step-by-Step Grafting Guide. Now let's get our hands dirty with a simple grafting project using the whip and tongue method. This method is particularly effective for fruit trees and other woody plants, ensuring a strong and lasting bond between the scion and rootstock. First, choose a healthy rootstock and a dormant scion with similar diameters. The rootstock should be vigorous and disease-free, while the scion should be from the previous season's growth and fully dormant to ensure successful grafting. Using your sharp grafting knife, make a sloping cut on both the scion and the rootstock about an inch long. This cut should be smooth and even to allow for maximum contact between the two pieces. Next, make a small upward cut on the scion and a downward cut on the rootstock to create the tongue. This tongue and groove mechanism helps to lock the two pieces together, providing stability and increasing the surface area for cambium contact. Now fit the scion and rootstock together, ensuring the cambium layers touch. The cambium is the thin layer of actively dividing cells between the bark and the wood, and its alignment is crucial for the graft to take. The tongue should interlock for a snug fit. This interlocking not only secures the graft, but also helps in the healing process by keeping the cambium layers in close contact. Wrap the graft tightly with grafting tape, sealing the edges with grafting wax. The tape holds the graft in place while the wax prevents moisture loss and protects against infections. Finally, label your graft with the plant variety and date. This helps in keeping track of different grafts and monitoring their progress over time. Keep it in a warm, humid environment until the graft heals, which might take several weeks. The ideal conditions promote callus formation and the merging of the scion and rootstock. Remember to check the moisture levels and rewrap if needed. Consistent moisture is key to successful grafting, and rewrapping ensures the graft remains secure and protected during the healing process. Over time, you should see new growth emerging from the scion, indicating that the graft has taken. This new growth is a sign that the plant is successfully integrating the grafted parts. With patience and care, grafting can be a rewarding way to propagate plants and create new varieties. Happy grafting! Section 6. Grafting and action crop examples. Right, let's look at how grafting benefits different plants. Fruit trees are the celebrities of the grafting world. Take apple trees, for example. By grafting a tasty but delicate variety onto a robust rootstock, you get delicious apples on a strong, disease-resistant tree. But it's not just fruit trees that benefit. Grafting can do wonders for vegetables too. Imagine juicy, flavorful tomatoes growing on vigorous, disease-resistant roots. That's the power of grafting. Even your flower beds can get a boost. Roses, for instance, can be grafted onto hardy rootstocks to improve their resistance to cold and diseases, giving you more blooms to enjoy. So, whether you're a fruit enthusiast, a veggie lover, or a flower fanatic, there's a grafting technique waiting to be explored. Section 7. Reaping the rewards of grafting. Now let's talk about the benefits of grafting. One major advantage is disease resistance. By choosing rootstocks known for their resilience, you're giving your plants a fighting chance against soil-borne diseases and pests. Grafting can also improve fruit quality and yield. Imagine biting into a larger, juicier apple or harvesting a bumper crop of tomatoes. That's the magic of grafting. Moreover, this technique allows you to grow varieties not well suited to your climate or soil. A delicate fruit tree, for instance, can thrive in a colder region when grafted onto a hardy rootstock. Finally, grafting promotes sustainable gardening by reducing the need for chemical treatments. With healthier plants, you'll rely less on pesticides and herbicides, benefiting your garden and the environment. Section 8. Overcoming grafting challenges. Now, grafting isn't always a walk in the park. You might face a few challenges along the way. One common issue is graft incompatibility. Sometimes the scion and rootstock just don't get along, and the graft fails to heal. Another hurdle is infection. If your tools aren't clean or the grafting wound isn't properly sealed, bacteria or fungi can creep in, causing problems. Environmental factors like extreme temperatures or dry conditions can also hinder graft success. But don't be discouraged. With practice, patience, and the right knowledge, you can overcome these challenges. Remember, even experienced gardeners experience graft failures occasionally. It's all part of the learning process. So keep trying, keep experimenting, and soon you'll be a grafting guru. Section 9. Conclusion: embracing the art of grafting. Grafting might seem like a daunting task at first, but it's a rewarding technique that can transform your gardening experience. It allows you to combine the best traits of different plants, creating stronger, healthier, and more productive specimens. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or a curious beginner, I encourage you to embrace the art of grafting. Start with simple projects, experiment with different techniques, and don't be afraid to ask for help along the way. Remember, every successful graft is a testament to your patience, skill, and connection with the natural world. So grab your grafting knife, put on your gardening gloves, and start creating plant magic in your own backyard.